everybody! Today I am going to be filming my September book haul. I have, I think, around 15 or 14 books, so let's just get started. Also, if you hear like background noise, it's really hot today, so I have my ceiling fan on, which kind of makes a little bit of noise, so just ignore that. So the first book that I got is Grimm's Complete Fairy Tales, and it's in this beautiful Barnes & Noble collectible edition, so it has gold pages. And I absolutely love this cover. I already have Grimm's Complete Fairy Tales, but I just couldn't help because this cover was so beautiful. I just had to buy it. And then this is what the back looks like, and this is what the spine looks like. And it looks just perfect next to all my other special edition books. These next two books I actually got for my birthday, and that's Once Upon a Dream by Liz Braswell. This is book 2 in the Twisted Tales series, although all of the books are technically standalones, I believe. And this is Sleeping Beauty retold, but I think she doesn't wake up and she actually ends up like in her dream having to escape this other castle and like the thorns and all that. It sounds really interesting. I'm really excited to read this. Then I also got As Old as Time, which is book 3 in the series. And this is Beauty and the Beast retold, but Belle's mother has something to do with why the Beast is the Beast. The next book I have is Unblemished by Sarah Ella, and I actually won this in Book Battles episode 8, so thank you, Kales, for sending me this book. The cover is absolutely gorgeous, and Sarah Ella is actually a booktuber. I will leave a link to her channel in the description box. You should definitely go check her out. And I'm not 100% sure, but I know this is a fantasy book about a girl who has like a birthmark or some kind of blemish that like covers half of her face. This is an advanced reader copy, by the way. I probably should have mentioned that. But the plotline is kind of complicated to explain, but I'm really excited to read this. The next book I actually got from the Dollar Tree for only $1, and it is Night Film by Marisha Pessl, I believe is how you pronounce it. And this is a thriller, and I think I saw somewhere that someone said this was an adult book, but I thought it was YA. I'm not sure. The cover kind of looks like a YA book, but I don't really know. I'm also not really sure what this book is about. I do not research any of my books that I buy before I do hauls, or pretty much at any point. I like to go into all of my books completely blind. And then all of the rest of the books in this haul I got from my library book sale. This month at the book sale I got 9 books for only $10.75, which is a steal of a deal. First up we have Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. I've never read a Jane Austen book, but I really want to start getting into classics, and I know a lot of people really like this book. It also has like the deckled edges, and it's almost in perfect condition. Also, I have no idea what this is about, so we're going to move on. Next is Beautiful Chaos by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. This is the 3rd book in the Beautiful Creatures series. I don't own the first 2 books, I've not read the first 2 books, but when you try to buy all of your books at a discounted price, you kind of have to buy them out of order. So I do plan on collecting the rest of the books and eventually reading them, but I thought I'll buy this one now. It's in hardcover for, I think it was only like $1. So I thought I'd buy it now, and then I don't have to pay full price for it later. And these covers are absolutely gorgeous. Next up we have The Ring and the Crown by Melissa de la Cruz. The author's name sounds really familiar, but I don't know what other books she's written, and I've never actually heard of this book before. But I picked it up because it's hardcover. It's in perfect condition, I would say, and the cover is absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, I just looked it up on Goodreads yesterday, and I saw that there is a second book to this, but I think it's not being published anymore, which kind of stinks, because if it is a good book, I don't want to like not be able to finish the series, you know what I mean? But I also don't know what this is about, so moving on. Mansfield Park by Jane Austen is the next book I picked up, and this is from the signature B&N edition, so I'm assuming that means Barnes & Noble. I also don't know what this is about, but it's hardcover in perfect condition, and the cover is really pretty, so I picked it up. And this totally isn't book related, but at the book sale I also picked up the complete first season of Lost for only $3, so that was a pretty good deal. Next we have Rebel of the Sands by Alwyn Hamilton, and this is actually a advanced reader's copy. I also don't know what this is about, but I think it takes place in like Arabia or something like that. The cover is absolutely gorgeous. I've heard a lot of people rave about this on BookTube, so I'm really excited to read that. Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey is another book I picked up. This one is a little bit damaged, but I don't really mind, and this is also the movie poster edition. which I don't really like the cover of, but I just bought it just so I could read it, and if I like it then I'll probably buy it in hardcover. And this one I actually do know what it's about. It's a sci-fi about an alien invasion. It's a pretty chunky monkey of a book, but I actually read like a chapter of this like a month ago and then I stopped reading it. I don't know why, but I actually really enjoyed what I had read of it, so I'm excited to read it again. Next we have Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. I'm sure most of you probably know what this is about. I know this is a bit of a tearjerker book, but I don't think I've ever read a book where what happened in the book actually made me cry, so I'm excited to see if this book will be sad enough to actually make me cry. Then we have Pines by Blake Crouch. And this is a Wayward Pines thriller. This was turned into a TV show. I think there are like 2 seasons of the TV show, and I watched the first season and a few episodes of the second one, and I really, really enjoy it. I'm pretty sure this book is exactly the same as a TV show, so I'm just going to tell you the plot of that. Basically, it is about a federal agent, this man here on the cover, who is going to Wayward Pines to find 2 other federal agents that went missing. But before he gets there, he gets into a car accident and wakes up in the Wayward Pines hospital. It's very similar to kind of like the Village movie, if you've ever seen that. Basically, once you get in there, you can't leave again. I'm really, really excited to read this because I really like the TV show, and this is also in perfect condition. And then finally, the last book that I got is The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak, and I also don't really know much about what this book is about. I know it's a historical fiction that I believe takes place in like the 1930s. I think it's about a girl who steals stuff, who is a thief. So I'm really excited to read this. People rave and rave and rave about this, and I've had so many people suggest that I read it, so hopefully I'll be able to pick it up soon. But it's also a very chunky book, which is very intimidating. So those were all of the books that I acquired in September. Leave me a comment down below letting me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you'd like to see more of my videos, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!